Oh hi, Digital Russ here. Engineers are a little bit different than other people because even when we're sitting still, our minds are still going. My outdoor antenna is giving me a poser. We've been telling y'all along, now's the time to get your converter box. Don't wait until February. One reason is analog signals are still on the air and they're very easy to find TV stations visually looking at the analog picture. If you turn your antenna and get the snow or the best picture you can get on analog, then hook up your converter box and scan, you're going to get those channels. But if you just hook a digital box up to an antenna and do a channel scan, you may not be pointed just right to get all the channels. You might get a few, you might not get all. So the best thing to do is tweak your antenna. So once you lock into one, hook up the digital and you should be fine. But if you wait until February, that's not going to be an option, and it's going to be very difficult to tune in those digital channels without a visual indicator. So I think it's time to get up on the roof and see if we can't figure out what's going on. Okay, this is the lead-in wire that comes from the antenna to the lightning arrestor. And after looking at it, I really don't like the way this wire looks. Center conductor's not shiny. It's corroded. It really hasn't held up in the weather. So I'm going to replace this with some decent wire. Okay, so I've leaned the antenna over. It is just resting on the edge of the house. So I'm up on the roof. First thing to do is let's get rid of this wire. Now while I'm up here, I'm going to check this balun. I want to make sure it's not rusted, not corroded. Also, where these connections are between the elements, check them out and see if they're rusted. If they are, you'll need a new antenna. So I'm going to look at the connections. Everything has to be clean. And tight. We're getting to the rotor. Remember, this part turns, this part does not. So we need that loop that you saw me do on my mom's antenna. Okay, I've run a new wire, and once again, time to put a new end on it. So I don't know if you can tell it from here, but one of these is RG59 and one's RG6. You notice that the inside circle is bigger on one than it is the other. You got to use the right connector for the right cable. Since I'm in the testing mode, I'm just going to use a standard barrel and bypass my lightning arrestor just to see if the lightning arrestor may be full of water and bad also. So now let's test. As for this piece of wire, so I'm going to replace this splitter. Break this loose here. Take this burl.